Welcome Thursday, August 20th. I'm Jonathan Ketz. Julie has the morning off. We are seeing chilly conditions to start out our Thursday morning. Let's get the latest check the forecast right now with meteorologist Eric Sorensen. You had a new graphic that we haven't seen in about 2 months.
I know, this one right here, the wind chill graphic. Had to make sure.
Forest fires out west have gone from a dangerous threat to deadly now. This morning, Washington State is in a state of emergency, calling for immediate federal help after 3 firefighters were killed. We have the new details here on Good Morning Quad Cities. The U.S. Forest Service says that firefighters were overtaken by flames after the vehicle they were traveling in crashed in the town of Twisp. It's northwest of Spokane. 4 others were hurt. The wildfires have burned more than 230,000 acres, destroying dozens of homes, threatening nearly 4,000 more. Sheriff describing it as a hellstorm.
Bottom line, this was hell in here. It's just obvious. It was blowing in every damn direction, and we lost 3.
Now, Iowa firefighters are heading west to battle those fires. They will likely remain there until the beginning of next month. Also new this morning, investigators in Thailand say that the man who left an apparent backpack bomb outside of this Bangkok shrine was part of a network. But Thailand's military government says the Monday explosion that killed 20 people and injured more than 100 was unlikely to have been the work of terrorists. Police say they don't know whether the main suspect in the bombing has left the country. Police are offering a $28,000 reward for his capture. Police in St. Louis, Missouri used tear gas to break up a protest after officers shot and killed an 18-year-old man. Police say they were serving a search warrant when 2 young men ran out of the house. They say officers fired after a gun was pointed at them. They say they found guns and drugs in the house. Word of the shootings led to a protest in the streets.
As officers approached that time, that's when glass bottles and bricks were being thrown at the officers, and they had to block them with the shields that they had.
Police say there was also property damage. They say they used tear gas to break up the crowd after smoke bombs failed to do so. 9 people were arrested. A family formerly from Kelowna, Illinois, is mourning the death of their 4-year-old son. Jonah Stilley was killed Saturday by an apparent drunk driver, but Jonah wasn't in a car nor even outside of his house. Police say the child, who was raised in the Quad Cities, died while asleep in his new home in Sheffield, located in West Texas. Now his family is preparing to bring him home to the Quad Cities for his burial.
It's the sweet smile of a 4-year-old that will long be remembered.
It's unbelievable that something like this could happen.
Police say on Saturday night, 24-year-old Aaron Hinman repeatedly sped down Main Street in Sheffield, Texas. His last trip through town ended with his pickup truck crashing through the wall of this house, killing 4-year-old Jonah Stilley, who was asleep with his brothers inside.
I have never, ever seen anything positive come from drunk driving, ever.
2 children survived, including Jonah's.
As we still have some 80s and maybe a 90-degree before we are done with summer.
Sure, still August.
Yeah, it's August. September has been known to bring us some 90s here in the Quad Cities, so not going to write that off yet.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir. Time is 6:45, and 3 firefighters have been killed, 4 others hurt while battling raging wildfires in Washington State. Now the governor has issued a state of emergency, requesting immediate federal help. We have the new details here on Good Morning Quad Cities. The firefighters were overtaken by flames in the town of Twisp. It's northwest of Spokane, which has been evacuated along with 1 other community. The fires have already burned through 23,000 acres and destroyed more than 100 homes and businesses. Nearly 100 wildfires have been wreaking havoc across the West, including Oregon, Idaho, and California. 2013 has reopened once again. Take a look. The hole in Seffner appears to be about 17 feet wide, 20 feet deep, but could be even deeper. 2 years ago, the same hole swallowed a 36-year-old man while he was asleep in his home. Others in the house at the time say it sounded like a car crash when the floors of 2 bedrooms caved in. The house was later torn down and the lot remains empty.